Hello friends, family and strangers on the internet, and welcome to another Sketchbook Tour. I was doing a lot more realistic portraits for a while, and I was at the height of my Game of Thrones obsession. I didn't start reading the books until about season 3, and I really got into it, read all the books, got really addicted, and then I started to draw the characters. To be honest, I don't exactly know what it is about a face that makes it recognisable to who it's supposed to be. Some of these drawings are really terrible, and I mean really bad, but even so you can genuinely tell who they're supposed to be sometimes. And I don't know if that's just because it's where a person's face sits, like where their features are on their face, or if it's something to do with the details of their eyes, or I don't know. I do really like drawing portraits though. There's something really satisfying when you finish one and you know it looks like who it's supposed to be. I don't know, it's just one of those things you get better at with more practice, but it's just so satisfying. What I think is difficult about it though is that people's faces aren't perfect, and so sometimes when you're drawing them, you find that the person's nose is, say, slightly higher or lower, or maybe it leans more to one side than it would ideally, and you start to fight internally with yourself about whether you put their nose where it should be or where it actually is. Inner turmoil sets in. If you do it the right way, then it doesn't look like who it's supposed to, so I guess my advice would just be to do it the wrong way. I used to really like doing these little cartoon character designs as well. Again, it's like taking what makes that person recognisable as who they are and then trying to force it to correlate with your own style. It's a good challenge and it really is fun to do. I have looked into getting these prints made available to buy, and if you are interested in that, then just let me know. I'm sure I could post a link or something. I used to carry this sketchbook around with me everywhere. It's an A5 book, so it's really small and portable, and it has a hard outer cover, which did a really good job of protecting my drawings when I would just throw it loose into my giant bag. I would just keep it with me on the go, or when I was at work, I would whip it out and start scribbling away, which actually got me into trouble at work. Apparently they don't like to see you enjoying yourself, even mildly, when you're supposed to be strapped to your desk with a headset on taking calls. But alas, I don't work there anymore, so it's in the past. Even though it did really annoy me at the time. And then for some time afterwards. In fact, you could probably say I'm still bitter about it. Sketchbook tours always make me feel a little exposed and vulnerable, because I feel like I'm letting everybody see what I'm thinking quietly to myself, like I'm sharing my inner imagery of my brain with everyone. And I do appreciate how silly that sounds, but it's just how it feels. It's probably because art is such a personal thing, so I guess it does come from inside my brain, so in a weird way, you are seeing inside my brain. Some of these pictures were character concepts I was working on back when I wanted to make a little online webcomic series. As with most things, I loved the idea, but finding the time was next to impossible. Maybe I'll go back to it someday because it really was good fun. Me and my partner would bounce ideas around, and he would help me with how a comic should be shaped and how the panels should really interact with each other, which are things that I'd never even thought about because I'm not a huge comic reader. And even just talking about it now just makes me miss doing it so much. It's funny how when I look through this now, it seems so obvious that so much of this artwork is just fan art of TV shows that I've watched. There's Dexter's Laboratory from when I was a kid, there's Vikings and Sailor Moon and Game of Thrones and just so many different shows. I swear at the moment there are just so many good TV shows. I don't remember ever being so interested in so many shows at one time. I don't know, maybe in like 12 months my new sketchbook will be really heavily inspired by shows like, I don't know, Westworld and American Horror Story and Orange is the New Black and any and all of the Marvel TV series like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. I guess we'll just have to see. And that's all there is in this book. As always, thanks for watching and listening to me drone on and on about virtually nothing. And if you'd like to hear more of my musings, please subscribe to this video. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a message in the comment section. And I'll see you again next time.